Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on working our Keystone library, and this is pretty much where we left off last time. So we have our EPDM roof, our green roof right here. We added the exterior wall, and this is it. It's a, essentially a big rectangle, not much really going on. So what we're going to do today is we're going to add in some sort of extension or vestibule area. What we're going to be doing here, some of this is optional, depends on what your design is, and some is not. So let's get started with this. So what I'm going to do on mine is I'm going to add this rounded area outside over here to the wall. You could do something in the front over here similar, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do mine. Yours is going to be a little bit different, but the same rules are going to apply. Basically, we're going to add an exterior wall. We'll do the foundation, the strip footing underneath, and then we'll also, let's take a look at our section box and look inside the building. We'll also add our columns, any other structural steel that's in there, and we'll get that ready to go. So then we can either extend or modify the green roof, add another separate green roof, or add another EPDM roof, depending on what you want. My area is going to actually be a little extension here to add on more green roof area. All right, so let's just turn off that section box for now and get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my level 1 view and look at the building here. I have thin line on, detail level, fine. So now I can see my exterior walls. And I'm just going to do another wall, architectural. I have my basic exterior wall 1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it on this column here. And let's draw a circle that comes out from here. This is going to be my exterior wall. So right now I'm going to come out, let's do 20 feet, nice round number. They're going to come off the side of this building. So I'm going to click, make sure the exterior wall is facing out like that. Hit escape. I'm going to have to do the same over here. So now the exterior wall's out. Level 1 is my base constraint. Let's click on both of these so I know that I have them. Hit control, click. Level 1 is my base constraint. Top constraint is unconnected. I'm going to go up to level 2 right there. Hit apply. Now let's take a look and see what we have from here. So that is going to be part of the exterior of my building. What I need to do now is I'm going to delete these wall sections right here. I'm going to trim them, delete this, and then be able to extend the roof. That will be the next part that we're going to go at. So I'm going to go back to my level 1. And let's start clicking on this. So I'm going to click on this wall, and I'm going to do trim to corner. So I'm going to click this wall and this wall to trim like that. I'm going to do the same over here. Click here and there. So now they're trimmed. And you can see now that everything kind of flows nice and evenly. Let's look at it again. So there we go. You can see that I have a column here. And also my green roof there. I could technically bring the green roof in right now, but I want to do some other work first. Actually, let's do the green roof since I'm talking about it. So hit escape, select that green roof, and go edit footprint. Let's go back to level 2. Right, so I'm now going to select, I'm going to go pick line or walls. Let's see which one I want to do. Let's pick line, select in like that, and like that. Yes, I know it's doing that. And then we will do the trim to corner for this as well. So here to there, here to there. And then I can probably, let's see if I could just delete that extra. There we go. So now I have that in. You're going to be either doing something similar or not, depending on where you come off. You may not even add your green roof in here. You may do a separate green roof. Click OK. Look at it. So now I have my green roof there. If we go underneath the building, I have no floor. So I need to extend this slab floor into this region or add another separate slab floor in there. Either way, it's not much of a difference. If I click on the floor, I can see that it's on my level 1 right? And no other constraints. So let's go to level 1. And what I'll do is I'm going to add in my slab. I could probably, if I select on it correctly, let's see, like this, it does not appear to let me edit the boundary for some reason. No big deal. So let's go to level 1. Okay, so now let's get this floor in. Floor, architectural, first floor slab. And what we'll do with the slab is I'm probably going to have to come either right to over here and over. We may have a slight issue with this, with our foundation. We'll give it a shot first. We'll see what happens. So I will pick walls. Let's see how this works out for us. There we go. I got the walls picked. Okay, so it looks like we have it. Okay, would you like to attach your walls? Yeah, let's get everything attached. Okay, so now I have the slab in. Okay, so now let's add our foundation wall. What we can do is we can click on one of our foundation walls so we can see that it's finished face exterior, foundation, base constraint, top constraint is up to level 1. So we could do the same here. Let's go to our level 1 foundation, level 1 view. Wall, architectural, basic wall foundation. You can click it, find it here. We're going to do wall center line, base constraint foundation, up to level 1. You need to have those parameters. Then what I'm going to do is go to pick lines. Now this looks like it's the wall center line. Same with that. So let's click. All right. Now it appears that we have some issues here with what it's selected. Let's go to this view. All right, so let's try to change this. There we go. See how it moved it down? Click. Let's do the same here. Even though we had changed them ahead of time, it seems that even. We must go down even further so you can see how it's still highlighting over. So we got a base offset. Let's just check our offset. All right, so that's correct. Our top offset, okay, so change that to 0. And we're going to do that to the other wall too. All right, so little tweaks. There we go. Now we have the foundation wall. All we need to do is add the strip footing underneath. So structure, we go to wall, foundation, click, click, and now we have that. Okay, so you're going to do all pretty much similar stuff. If you do a vestibule out front or some sort of extension in the front or off the sides, you're going to have to do the same thing. I recommend saving it at this point. Okay, so that's all saved. Let's take a look at the section view. And take a look at inside of our building. All right, so there we have it. It looks like we got everything taken care of here. Foundation wall came up. So what issue that we may have now is the structural steel, because this roof needs to be supported. There's nothing over here doing that actual supporting. So if we go to level 1 view, I might be able to get away with not having to put one of these in here or there, but I'm going to show you how to do this. It's actually not too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select, hit Control, and select both items. So Control, select that, and that. So now that the concrete footing underneath and the I-beam are selected, I'm going to then go to Copy, click the center point here, and then I drag over. And I'm going to put it so it just touches up against that. I'm then going to go do the same exact thing again. Click, holding control, go to the center line, and move in. Okay, so now let's go to this view, and I don't know if it's going to be able to show it or not. All right, you can see I added my steel column in there, and it's got the footing underneath. If we go from the underside, all it's missing is this little piece right here, and actually we can bring those around as well and have them connect right in. So you can see here, structural foundation, I believe it's under a slab. Oh no, let's close out of that, sorry. Let's try foundation level. Yes, there they are. So you can click these and we can drag it right over and center it on that. Let's do that now while we're at it. So click, copy, right, centered, bring it over to the center. There we have it. Do the same again. Click, copy, find the center of that. There we go, done. And if we go back to this view, there we have it. So now we have the slabs underneath our columns and our steel, so that's all well supported. So now we have basically all of the bottom supported. So now, if we go to our section box view and take a look inside of our building, we have the footing, the concrete, the steel that is set into the concrete, and it's moving up. And we just needed to support this roof. So you can see the steel here. We're going to add that steel so that it comes around. Yours may be a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and actually hide in view the green roof. So then when we get the structural steel in, we can see how it's going to look. And I'm going to turn the section box off here now. Okay, and so let's tilt in a little bit. And I'm going to draw steel that's going to basically connect into these beams, come around, connect, and go that way. And that's going to should give me enough support. Is it exactly 100%? No, I could probably add in some of these right here, but I'm not going to do that now. So I'm going to go to beam, reference level, second floor, structure. Right. So let's click cancel. Let's just make sure. So when I click on any of these beams, let's see, work plane, second floor, structure. So just to double check. So I can go into level 2 here, should be fine. Beam, reference, second floor, structure. Should be good. I want to be able to find, these are the reference lines, but I want to go to my first floor plan level. Let's go to level 1. Beam, there it is, click. Second floor structure, click that, click the center, come around, and you can see where it's going to hit. So because I'm not in the second floor structure, it's not showing it, but that's fine. Just avoiding the warning. I know I'm drawing them in. Click, click, come around this way. It's all right. Ignore that. Click here. Click. Click. And there you have it. Those are the beams drawn in. All right, so now I'm just going to add one that goes across here and one that goes across there as well. So I can go back into that level 1. Beam, just going to do a straight line from here to there. Just ignore that. Here to there. And that's similar to the way you would be doing it as well. There we go. So now I have beams to support any of the roofing panels that are going to be going up on top. And that is pretty much how you would add an extension onto here. You could technically, well, let's do it. If I click on these beams, they're 1226 as well. Let's add them in. I can go to structural plans, second floor structure. Let's see, and I could add them in. Let's go to roof and see if they're showing. Nope, not second floor structure. Let's try level 2. Yeah, see, we don't see them. All right, so you could add them in if you wanted to. Basically, you would draw. Might be able to do it right in this view. So you would follow this grid pattern over. And we can do that right here. So I'm going to go in. Same thing. Placement plane. Let's go second floor structure. Structure use automatic. There we go. So click. There's one. Like that. And we could do the same over here if we know the spacing, whatever it might be. Let's take a look. We can go to our dimensions. So if we go annotate, aligned. Not sure. I believe it might be 10 feet. I'm not 100% positive. I'm going to wing it here. You can always change the dimensions after. There we have it. Now we have enough there to fully support what we were going to have for our green roof. And if we can unhide that in view, click the little light bulb, click on the roof, elements, unhide in view. And now that is the extension that we added onto our library. So that's it. Until next time, what we'll do is we can curtain walls and some other features to our library, make it a little bit nicer, stairwell and stuff as well. All right, have a good day. Bye.